When you look at what the Federal Reserve is doing, your concern is that policymakers have gotten ahead of themselves with this projection for 3 rate increases in 2018. Talk a little bit more about that. Why are they wrong?
Well, I don't know that they're wrong, but I'm a little nervous about it. I think that's right. They've scaled back. You know, if you back up a little bit, you know, there were people saying that in 2018 we'd have 6 rate increases, and then it moved to 4. Now it's down to 3. I think as long as the Powell Fed remains data dependent and is primarily driven by what actually happens in the data, not what the model says is going to happen, I think they will be fine. What my fear is, we've embarked on a couple of things pretty successfully. We made the transition to starting to phase down the balance sheet pretty successfully, and the Fed deserves credit for that. But that is a style of a tightening environment. And the economy is not so strong that we would really be off to the races raising rates in an aggressive way when all of our major trading partners are, in some sense, going the opposite way. That's the thing that makes me nervous.
Yeah, and that's obviously the challenge for them and will continue to be the challenge for them. Talk to us about what you're thinking or seeing in terms of interpreting the yield curve and the flattening that we've seen. And we keep reiterating that we're now at decade lows in terms of the 230s point on the curve in particular. But it's the same whether you look at the 2s5s or the 2s10s. What's your interpretation here?
Well, you know, I think if they start raising short rates and the long rate doesn't go up, and let's say they got an inverted yield curve, that's not a good sign that the world, that the markets, that the forecasters believe that we have actually turned the corner and that we're growing fast enough. That would kind of be a sign that people are nervous about the prospects of recession, you know, in the coming years. I think the big thing that's been facing the Fed is them trying to distinguish. It's clear they really want to say we're past the hardship and let's move to normalization. But I think you can't for 7 years in a row, every quarter, say that your target is 2% inflation and not hit it.
And not meet it right.
And then just say again, oh, we're about there, we're about to hit it. And eventually, it does undermine your credibility. And I kind of think that they're dealing with that problem.